Andre Richardson's dark, twisted past has finally hunted him down, and the collision course he is on will shatter Donnie Dupree's world into a million bloody pieces. Everything just changed, my friends. We are looking at a situation that is rapidly spiraling completely out of control. Let us talk about Andre Richardson. For months, this man has played the role of the perfect supportive husband to Danny Dupree. He has been her rock through the terrifying tornado, her shoulder to cry on, and the ultimate upgrade from the toxic wasteland that was Bill Hamilton. But underneath that calm, collected, and artistic exterior lies a secret so brutal, so explosive, that it is literally making him physically nauseous. Andre's mysterious past from France is crashing down on him with the force of a freight train, and there is absolutely nowhere left for him to hide. Let us break down this psychological. This is Andre versus the ghost of his past. It all started with that anonymous box left outside his home. Inside, a bottle of 2018 Louis Broussard champagne and a cryptic, chilling wedding card wishing them the life they deserve. No name, no return address, just a phantom message that sent Andre into an immediate tailspin. He dialed a disconnected number. He stared at old photographs of himself in France, clutching that exact same vintage of champagne. And worst of all, he was being watched. Someone was lurking outside the club, keeping their eyes locked on his every move. Now, the person who sent that wine has actively reached out, and they know exactly where he is. Andre cannot run. He cannot dodge this trouble anymore. This is war. Andre is planning a secret, clandestine rendezvous to meet this mysterious person and put an end to this nightmare once and for all. But let me ask you this. Do you really think it is going to be that simple? Do you honestly believe that a ghost who has stalked him all the way from France to Fairmont Crest is just going to accept a payoff and walk away? Absolutely not. Things are not going to go the way Andre wants. He is walking straight into a savage trap. I am firmly predicting that the person Andre is going to meet in the shadows is a woman. The identity of this secret figure has not been officially revealed yet, but the timing is far too suspicious to ignore. We have a major lethal player who has just returned to the canvas, and her presence is sending shockwaves through the entire community. I am talking about the one and only Heather Armstrong. Heather versus the truth. Let us look at the facts. Heather has finally revealed her face, stepping out of the shadows and confirming that she is Joey Armstrong's sister. But she is not just a sibling looking for a family reunion. She is the impaler. She is the ruthless savage and calculating mastermind behind the international red market plasma ring. She operates out of London. She has a global syndicate, and she has just blown back into Fairmont Crest to handle unfinished business. Could Heather be the mysterious woman from Andre's past in France? The geography aligns perfectly. The timeline is flawless. If Heather and Andre have a dark, twisted history from Europe, it changes the entire landscape of this show. This brings us to the most terrifying conflict of all. Heather versus the Dupree family. Heather is not just hiding in the back rooms of Joey's casino anymore. She's actively, dangerously infiltrating the inner circle. She has already formed a bizarre, fast friendship with Vanessa McBride, completely ignoring Joey's frantic warnings that his sister cannot be trusted. But what is truly making my blood run cold is that Heather is now befriending Danny Dupree. Why is this so alarming? Because Danny is currently a walking emotional disaster. Danny is consumed by the suffocating guilt of her secret, steamy elevator hookup with Bill Hamilton during the tornado. She is vulnerable, she is erratic, and she is desperate for a distraction. She is the perfect, fragile prey for a venomous predator like Heather. Heather slithering into Danny's life is not a coincidence. It is a calculated, barbaric invasion. But what exactly does Heather want from Danny? If Heather is the woman from Andre's past, she is using Danny to completely corner him. Imagine the psychological torture of knowing your darkest secret is having coffee with your wife. But I believe there is an even more explosive motive. Heather is digging for intel. She is hunting for information, and she is using Danny and Vanessa as her personal, oblivious spies. Think about the massive targets currently painted on the backs of the men in this town. Heather versus Smitty. Bradley Smitty Smith is the investigative journalist who is dangerously close to ripping the lid off the red market. He is writing a massive expose on Dr. Leah Whitmore, Lynette Wise, and the entire illegal plasma operation. Heather knows this. In fact, Heather explicitly demanded that Joey murder Smitty to silence him. Joey refused, citing the fact that Smitty is married to Martin Richardson and it would bring too much heat. Since Joey will not pull the trigger, Heather is taking matters into her own hands. By befriending Danny, Heather is getting direct access to the Dupree-Richardson family tree. Smitty is married to Martin, who is Ted's brother. Danny is deeply intertwined with all of them. Heather is pumping Danny for information on Smitty's investigation. She is watching, listening, and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Smitty has no idea that the monster he is hunting is currently sitting in his extended family's living room, sipping tea and plotting his absolute demise. And we cannot forget the other massive threat to Heather's empire. Heather versus Jacob Hawthorne. Jacob is a man on fire. He is consumed by a reckless, dangerous obsession to take down the Impaler and avenge the tragic, heroic death of his best friend, Derek Baldwin. Jacob has gone rogue. He has clashed violently with his father, Police Chief Elon Hawthorne. He has embraced an undercover thug persona, moving out of Naomi's house just to dive deeper into the criminal underworld. Jacob is a loose cannon, and Heather knows that a grieving, vengeful cop is the most dangerous enemy of all. Naomi is Danny's daughter. Jacob is Naomi's husband. Do you see the web Heather is spinning? By getting close to Danny, Heather has a direct, unfiltered pipeline into Jacob Hawthorne's life. She can monitor his investigation, anticipate his moves, and stay one step ahead of the police. Heather's playing 3D chess while everyone else is playing checkers. She is using the emotional chaos of the Dupree family as her personal shield and weapon. This is a lethal, explosive triangle of secrets, lies, and impending violence. Andre is panicking so badly about his past that he is actively seeking Smitty's help to investigate the anonymous threats. Do you realize the horrific irony here? Andre is asking the very man Heather wants to murder to help him uncover a mystery that might lead straight back to Heather herself. Andre is unknowingly dragging Smitty deeper into the crosshairs of a ruthless crime lord. Every single interaction is laced with deadly consequences. Danny thinks she is just making a new friend, completely blind to the fact that she is inviting the devil into her home. She thinks her biggest problem is keeping her affair with Bill a secret from Andre. She has no idea that her husband is harboring a secret that could get them all killed, and her new bestie is the one holding the match to burn their lives down. When Andre finally steps into the shadows for that secret rendezvous, he is going to realize just how outmatched he truly is. The past never stays buried in Fairmont Crest. It claws its way out of the dirt, hungry for blood. If Heather is the one pulling Andre's strings, she will not just demand money. She will demand his soul. She will force him to betray his family, sabotage Smitty's investigation, or worse, lead Jacob into a fatal trap. The tension is suffocating. The stakes have never been this high. We are standing on the edge of a cliff, and the ground is crumbling beneath our feet. Will Andre's secret meeting end in a violent confrontation? Will Danny discover that her new friend is a ruthless crime boss? Will Smitty and Jacob uncover the truth before Heather silences them permanently? Do not miss a single second of what happens next. Drop your wildest theories in the comments below. Is Heather the woman from France? Who is going to survive this brutal war? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and keep your eyes wide open, because the gates of Fairmont Crest are about to blow wide open.